Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Tryndamere and we'll be facing off against Volibear. I went ahead and got Tryndamere up to 6 stars because I ended up getting enough materials to do so off stream, and I'm pretty sure that Tryndamere is like Nautilus in the sense that the 6-star power helps mitigate one of the major flaws the champion has, and that is the lack of a proper early game board presence. At the very least, with the double stats from the summoning of an ally, it helps keep the... well, it helps mitigate the lack of board presence in the earlier stages of the game. At the very least, we'll have one large unit a turn. And the rally effect, once we do play the what's it called? I don't remember the name of the spell. Come on, just give it to me so I can say it. Cult Worms, that's it. The rally effect from the Cult Worms is going to be very good for us. Let's summon the dog. I'm actually going to go Glacial Saurian into Boar. Actually, I don't have mana. Never mind. We're going to attack, then we're going to go Cult Worms, and then we're going to attack again. Just like so. Okay, yeah. The double stats is definitely relevant. First turn we're already dealing upwards of 40 damage to the opponent's Nexus, and that's just going to get even worse for the opponent once I do play this second Cult Worms. Because now I can rally and attack with everything. And I just summon a 36-32 Tryndamere by default. Yeah, the upgrade to 6-star was definitely what we needed to find success. So theoretically, we should have no more troubles in this run. Zolani Aspects Bane. Darkened Spear. Or Innovar the Younger. Sure, let's go for the Zolani. I also went ahead and spent some of the gemstones, so we have 16 regen. So there's no way we're getting... we're not healing up back up to full in between encounters. What do I even want here? Zed is good with large stats. But I want something better, right? Yeah, let's reroll once. Reallocate Karma, nope. Even though Karma is tempting. Sure, let's pick up the Hecarim. I feel this weird sense of deja vu. Maybe I've already picked up a Hecarim in a previous run with Tryndamere. At the very least it feels like I did, so... this is definitely getting cut from my deck. Same thing as the potions, Elixir of Iron, that's it. They're also getting cut from the deck. All this. Get those doubled up. I'm going to summon more Spectral Riders. I intend to attack like so to maximize the amount of Spectral Riders being summoned. Yeah. We're almost leveling up the Hecarim. fact, we'll probably level up Hecarim next turn. Actually, no. We can level him up now. Yeah, sure. Let's level him up now.
I'm ready, baby.
Yeah, the opponent can't even protect himself against this offensive. Another quick victory. Was it really that easy? I think this 6 star power is definitely carrying most of the games. Otherwise you wouldn't have that great of an offensive. Kill the rush. Kill the rush for 3 is very good. Especially considering the fact that our Tryndamere has summon effects, because we slotted in some of them. We want Grip Beyond. Sandstorm's a good card though, better than the extra power from the reset. Great Beyond is also a good card though. I think the Sandstorm is more valuable because it's 3 mana, remove 3 enemy units or landmarks, and we draw 1. So we'll pick up the Sandstorm and move on. At least of Aeons for 3, very nice for 3. Or I can just skip. I don't need more board control tools, I think, so we can just move along without picking up anything and diluting our deck. Now we just need to high roll again with the Mountain's Peak, and we'll probably find a quick victory yet again. Ooh, Tryndamere. That's cool. Yeah, I'll do just that. Let's Tryndamere. I'm going to feel the rush. Or I can just Solani. Nah. Let's feel the rush. We'll summon a Tryndamere and a Hecarim. The opponent's going to summon something. Yeah, this is a fine attack. The opponent has no way to stop this. Yep. Maybe it's also something to do with the fact that every card in this adventure costs 3, and we do have a deck that favors the later stages of the game, so most of our deck is getting its cost reduced, which is a plus. Scarmother Verena. Wrath of a Freljord. We won't get the 3 or the freeze effect, but I think the Overwhelmer is still good enough. Item chest, gold chest, let's go for the item chest. I start a free attack, +1/+1, but I cost 1 more. You know what? This is good enough because this thing is already getting its cost increased by 1 every time we draw it. So might as well make it cost 3 by default and actually have extra stats. And then we'll definitely cut the Elixir of Iron because it's just 2 mana more expensive for no benefit whatsoever. That's decent keep. I need to get rid of the Blighted Caretaker. Even though it has Farsight Alteration, I've drawn it normally more often than not. Let's drop down the Hecarim. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's going to kill my Hecarim. You know what? Maybe that's fine, because this way I'm spending most of the opponent's removal. Damn, the opponent really doesn't want me to attack. Well, I'm still going to attack anyway, opponent, and you won't be able to do anything about it. Except, you know, ground slam my unit twice. Well, the opponent's almost run out of cards, so no way that's bad. Next turn I can fill the rush into Call to Arms. Ooh, that's a massive Pautiporo. Let's start off by using the Fill the Rush. Then I'll Call to Arms on one of the Shark Chariots. And then we'll just win. Because there's no way the opponent has a way to protect himself from this attack. Yep, that's what I figured. The opponent would need to have more removal. Unfortunately, he spent it all on the first turn. To be fair, if he didn't spend it all on the first turn, I would have probably won anyway. Yeah, sure. Iceborne Gauntlet. So we have even more summon effects on Tryndamere. Titanic Wake. You know what? Our units are summoned with a massive amount of stats by default, so that just makes it so they get at least some extra stats permanently. We just have to guarantee that they have at least 8 attack or health. Let's toss those two, keep the Fill the Rush and Yavros and Heartguard. That's unfortunate that this was the one that got its cost reduced. Oh, whatever. Let's just Yavros and Heartguard. Or Hecarim. Hecarim benefits from multiple draws, or from multiple attacks, I mean. No blocks, really? Okay, I guess he wanted to play the Mountain Scar unimpeded. Well, let's shuffle that back in. I think that's a victory, because this thing is going to turn this thing summoned by Hecarim into copies of itself. Yep. There. That was another high roll. I had no idea Tryndamere could be this strong, but I think it's just concentrated on this adventure. I shouldn't get my hopes up that much. Yeah, sure, more copies of Zolani can't hurt. Gold chest or champion item chest. Let's buff up the Tryndamere further. Play Gigaphage. Play effects don't really matter. So maybe the extra stats. Yeah, let's take the extra stats, save the reroll in case we really need it. Buy a power, welcome gifts, sure. We're summoning a decent amount of units. Rekindler or spells chest. Let's go for the spells chests. And I suppose a upgrade for the Shark Chariot is nice. The Deathless is just going to be funny. And yeah, let's move along. No need to spend more money. I considered buying the Destroyer for a little bit. It would be a 6/5/4 mana 7/7 that gets its stats doubled up. But I reconsidered. I don't think we need it. I think we have enough big units as is. Let's summon the Tryndamere or the Aquarium, wait out something, then we'll summon the Tryndamere. Damn. The opponent's really going to hit me for 5, huh? The first turn. Well, fortunately I have a solution. Ooh. Frostbiting my Tryndamere. That's unfortunate. Well, fortunately that isn't going to stop me from attacking with the Hecarim. And then we can call to arms this thing that's useless. And we can attack yet again. For once we don't kill the opponent on the first turn. Well, I suppose there's a first time for everything. No matter what I do here, I think the opponent's just dead once I play the call to arms and get to attack yet again. Just like so. Oh damn. Let's just attack with both the Hecarims then. We're going to summon a full board of units. And level up Hecarim, I'm pretty sure. Yep. It would have been nice if we had all the units have overwhelmed, so that the Spectral Riders could also deal excess damage to the opponent's Nexus. But this is still fine. We have more than enough damage on the Hecarims themselves. Now then, for our last rewards, play effect, Feral Mystic, well, lost ferocity. Now let's reroll. Radiant plate armor. They who endure. Let's go for the upgrade on the Shark Chariot. It's funny. And I'll skip. We don't need more clutter in our deck. Also, let's finally get rid of the Blighted Caretaker. We don't need it around. It's nothing but a detriment. Now to see if we actually persevere against Volibear, or if we can manage to somehow mess this up and lose at right at the finish line. Okay, so what do I do first? Let's play the Hecarim first, see what the opponent does. He has a lot of removal. I am aware of that.
His forge's heat blinds me no longer, Volhear.
I don't have a unit with a sub-type, so I suppose I'll just drop the Glacial Saurian for free.
If Morn could see me now!
Okay. I was checking it to see if the opponent would play anything else. Knowing that he only has 2 extra mana means he won't play anything else, so let's go for the attacks. We go for 1. Oh right, I forgot. The Sigil of the Storm means one of these cards was bound to cost 1 less if it was Titanic. Well, let's attack again. No reason not to. Keep forcing Bollocks onto the opponent. His Volibear gets to survive, but he is taking a lot of damage. Both my Glacial Saurians having Deathless is great though. It means they are going to... Oh, that's scary. They're going to buff my deck further. Once I get them, or they die, they buff my deck further.
Morn only forges chains.
That's not good for you, because now you're completely helpless to my open attack. Especially considering I can copy the Zolani with onto the spectral riders from the Acherim. And I suppose I'll copy it onto one of the Glacial Saurians as well. Bam. 167 damage. Straight to the opponent's Nexus. Well, that was a lot quicker and a bigger stomp than I anticipated. Goes to show the power of us that the 6th star can give to a champion. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.